So welcome to Urban Gardening Workshop this month. Okay, I'm Hans here. Okay, hopefully you know me. It's really great to have this wonderful workshop with you guys again. All right, how many times you have attended our previous workshop? Okay, you may write down draft number over here in the comment down here. Let us know about you. Okay. All right, let's see anyone is online right now. Okay. Hello, Swat Neo, Ang Ching. I know you attended our previous workshop before. Thanks for coming here again. Rosie Tan, hello, good morning. Mr. Leong Ziwen, good morning. Okay, thanks for attending the workshop today. All right. As you can see from the title today we would like to share about ornamental plants get sick. Okay, how to prevent it and treat it. Okay, we thought about this topic because our Facebook care team received a lot of inquiries like why my plants leaves become yellow, why my plants roots get rotten, why got the leaf spot, why the plant gets soft and cannot become stand upright again, why that and here, all related to sick and disease. And it's actually pretty common in Malaysia, in Singapore, or in any tropical country because it's rainy, it's hot, and the plants will be subjected to disease pretty easily. So we thought we may compile and group all these problems and share with you about the symptoms, the cause, and the solution of these problems. Okay. So any of these problems or any other similar problems came into your mind, welcome to write down in the comments down here. Okay. All right. Josephine, yes, good morning. Thanks for coming and stop by. Thank you very much. Okay. All right. So today we will partially use PowerPoint to present some symptoms. Okay, so you could have a better image on the symptoms, and we will also do live. Okay, do a demo on how to work on this plant, how to test, how to prune, how to apply, how to spray, and so on. So welcome to share with your friends. Just click share, share, and share. And to be honest, taking care of plants like these will really bring about the self-happiness, self-satisfaction like this. And then you share with your friends, your friends can learn about it. That will be really good. All right. So I see a new friend coming stop by again. Yeah, Chai Tay. I think this is the first time I'm meeting you, or you didn't greet me before. Okay. Thanks for stopping by. Okay, hopefully you can come to meet us in the future again. Okay, I know many friends here already know about Baba. Okay, but please do allow me to take a little time to share about Baba to our new friends over here. So as you can see here, we wish that we can create the most eco-friendly gardening experience for our friends. So we supply one-stop gardening products like including biodegradable flower pots, organic potting mix, organic fertilizer, organic pesticides, and others to the markets, including nurseries and chain store hypermarkets. We also do a lot of CSR and public education, no matter to consumer or to farmers, on why and how we should support organics, okay, support eco-friendly, so that we can preserve a better environment for future and current, not only future, but current generation as well. So you see a lot of climate change, climate issues going on. So this is a good time to raise this kind of awareness, grow more plants, support eco-friendly products, and then share to our friends here, okay? And the purpose of Urban Gardening Workshop series today is to share some easy and relaxed tips to do gardening, or clarify some myths in gardening, even though you may start getting busier in your life and work. Okay, all these tips should be easy and relaxed. Okay, you can work in very fast. And again, please feel free to write out your feeling, your problems, and your questions in the comment down here today. I think it's really precious to let other people understand about your problem, okay, so that they can avoid that in the future. Or you may share on, if you face these kind of problems, how you solve the problems or how you deal with the problems. Okay, then that kind of interaction is really helpful, helping us to learn from each other. Okay. All right. So Wendy Young. Okay, let's see who is still online right now. Wendy Yong, okay, good morning. Okay, Debbie Liao, okay, good morning. Okay, Bi Ling Kwong, good morning. Thanks for coming. Okay, Mr. Lee Wei Kian, yes, nice to meet you. Okay, Mr. Lee Wei Kian, any Mandarin version of this topic? Actually, this topic, we quite often we will organize the workshop in Mandarin, but probably different topics. So you can come here, stop by, and from time to time we will share some good knowledge in Mandarin as well. So you can, so you may follow us in Baba Gardening, and then you know more about different topics here. All right. And now we would like to share about ornament. Okay, let me repeat. Okay, now we would like to share about ornamental plants get sick. Okay, how to prevent and treat it. Okay, are you guys ready? All right. Okay, so I'm Mr. Oh no, Mr. Okay, Pang. Okay, Pang Ho Sing. Okay, spider mites kill many of my plants. Hopefully you can shed light to help. Okay, spider mites is not in the topics today because it's a kind of insect pests, but I will answer that later on. Okay, no problem. I will answer to you. And thanks for coming. Angie Tang, yes, hello. Thank you very much. Okay, good morning. All right, so right now let's coming to part 1, yellowing leaves. Okay, part 1, yellowing leaves. So there are many kind of symptoms regarding yellowing leaves. Okay, it may be due to overwatering or underwatering or any other problems that cause the yellowing of leaves. But how can we differentiate different symptoms of yellowing leaves? Okay, so let me show you the symptoms of underwatering first. Okay, let us look at the slide over here. So the symptoms of underwatering may include the following. Okay, so as you can see here, the leaves will wilt downward first before turning yellow. This is the main difference between the main difference from underwatering and overwatering. Okay, so actually, if underwatering, the leaves will still remain green, but it will wilt downward at first. Okay, and then the soil may get too dry. Okay, so when we see the soil, it starts to get dry, and it's probably, if long time no watering, it starts to shrink in size. When you touch the leaves, okay, you will feel it's papery, it's thin, okay, and you feel dry, okay. So when you water the plant, okay, the condition of the plant will improve a little bit by watering, but sometimes the water will float on top of the media because it's so dry that the media start to repel the water, okay? So instead of penetrate it. All right, so we come to the chem tool, okay? So as you can see here, okay, this is actually the plant, okay? The plants of underwatering. Okay, so one of the main symptoms over here, as you can see here, okay, is, you see this one, okay? All right, hopefully you can see. So you see, because it's long time don't watering, so the soil start to get shrink in size, okay? And sometimes the soil gets too dry, the water will just like go from the sideway without fully absorbing the water and making it more underwater again, okay? Because the soil become so hydrophobic, so repel the water, and then it start to, because it's so dry, it start to repel the water, okay? So when you face this kind of problem, don't simply just water on the plant if it cannot absorb the water. What we can do is, you can take a saucer, okay? And then we place our water here, all right? We place the water here and we start to soak the plants in this way, okay? The advantage of this is that, okay, firstly, the soil, okay, we let the soil and the roots absorb the water from the bottom, okay? The soil will start to become not that repel, and then start to become like a sponge, you know? It start to expand, okay? And then and then the roots will absorb the water, and it should improve. So we can just do this and leave it for overnight if really underwater, okay? This is the best way, and then to rehydrate your plant, okay? So This we can do in this way. All right. So the next one, we would like to talk about overwatering. Okay. So the overwatering, on the other hand, the symptoms are as the following. Okay. As you can see the slide here, the leaves will turn yellow, okay, and stay upright. So difference from underwatering. The underwatering, the leaf will downward first, but this one, the leaves still okay, but the leaves turn yellow, okay. And when you touch the leaf, and then you will feel cold, okay, on the leaves here. And then you will see there are brown or yellow tips, especially happens on the new leaves, new tips here, okay. And when you touch the soil is still wet, okay? And the soil usually wet all the time, okay? And then the main difference is the leaf edema will happen. Means that the edge, the brown or yellow tips there is a layer, okay, a half transparent layer that shows you the cell is burst due to high water pressure, okay. So let me show you clearer on the second cam here, okay, cam 2. All right, so you can see here, this is actually the plant shows the symptoms of overwatering, okay. And then you can see that the leaf still upright, the leaf is still okay, but it starts to show the signs of the brown edge, yellow edge over here, as you can see here, okay. So when you take a close look on the brown edge here, okay, let me show you, let me adjust the angle. Okay, you can see this. This is actually the brown edge. Between the brown edge and the green here, there is a layer that you can see there is a half transparent structure, okay. That one is because the cell become burst, okay, after holding too much water and high water pressure inside. It become burst and it start to get rotten at the edge here. You can see the transparent here. Yep, you see this one. Okay, so this is what we call the leaf edema, okay. So actually, this overwatering happen more frequent than underwatering because in Malaysia, in tropical country, okay, it's more the raining happen much frequently, and we don't need to worry about lack of water source over here. Okay, so how can we manage the watering over here? It's really, really important. Okay, so we come back to the Cam 1 here. All right, so for these plants, usually this overwatering happen in indoor plants because if we grow outdoor, the outdoor plants are exposed to sunlight and then it's more ventilated. So actually, if we overwater it, it can evaporate pretty easily. But indoor plants, well, it's not hot. The water cannot evaporate easily. When you touch the soil, the soil wet all the time. Okay, so that's why to avoid overwatering, okay, we need to make sure that when the soil almost get dry, okay, then we just water the plants. But how can we make sure that the soil almost get dry? We can use our index finger, okay. We just poke into the soil about 1 to 2 inch deep. 1 to 2 inches is about this deep, okay. Or we can take a stick, okay, we poke into the soil, okay, about 1 to 2 inch deep, okay. Then we take out, and let's take a look on that, okay. If there is still soil particles on the stick here, it means that we need not to water the plants. Why? Because it means that the soil is still wet. But if you found there is a little soil particles and then it's dry, it doesn't feel cold, okay, then it's the right time to water the plant. So usually it may take like only need to water one time every 1 to 2 weeks. All right. So this is how can we control the watering part well. All right. The next one I would like to share about is the fertilizer burn. Okay. So we can see how the symptoms shows. Okay. Regarding the fertilizer burn, okay, there are two symptoms. One is yellowing, the other one is burn sign. Okay, so yellowing of leaf and burn sign show together within few days after applying fertilizer. Okay, so yellowing and burn sign, or sometimes it doesn't show you yellowing, but the burn sign is shown at the edge within few days after fertilizing. Okay, the keywords is that within few days after fertilizing, it starts to show the burn sign. Okay, means that probably you over fertilized your plants. When you touch the edge, you feel like it's a little bit crunchy, different from the leaf edema I showed you just now. Okay, sometimes these usually happen. Our friends probably they not get used to apply the chemical fertilizer at the precise amount. So the chemical fertilizer, if we over apply it, it contains a lot of salts that draw the moisture from the plants. And also the chemical reaction inside the chemical fertilizer will damage the roots and also in turn damage your leaf as well. All right. So if let me show you the over fertilizing sign. Okay. Okay, on the chem tool. All right, so these plants, just now I said these under watering, okay? Our friends just put fertilizer on there because our friends think that probably the plant doesn't grow well and put the chemical fertilizer, but it starts to show the burn symptoms at the edge of the leaf. So let me show you. You can see. Okay, let me adjust the angle a little bit here, so you can see the leaf edge over here. Okay. Yeah. Okay, yes. Okay, you can see the leaf edge here. Okay, so the leaf edge. Okay, you see the leaf edge actually shows the sign of the burn sign. Okay, so if this shows you within few days after fertilizing. Okay, let me turn it that way around. Yes, this one. Hopefully it shows you better. Yes. Okay, you can see the edge of the leaves here. Okay, pretty much every pieces of leaf. Okay, show you the burn sign here. All right. Okay, so if you found these kind of burn sign, then what you can do is we can scoop the excess fertilizer. So if let's say we really apply too much chemical fertilizer, we can scoop the excess chemical fertilizer, then we flush it with excess water, okay, so that it can wash off the excess fertilizer. Then what we can do is we can in turn applying the compost. Okay, so this is the market ready compost in the market. Okay, this is the plant-based compost, which is pretty clean and it can provide you the comprehensive nutrient. So we can put about half teaspoon, okay, beside the edge here. So this compost actually will help to stimulate the new roots because the roots have already been damaged by the excess chemical fertilizer. So we can put something organic in the soil to stimulate new roots in eco-friendly way. Okay. The reason we come back to Chem 1, the reason why we should where we can apply organic fertilizer in to your plants, because the organic fertilizer the soil can have a greater buffer towards the organic fertilizer, because the organic fertilizer it needs to have the microbes to break down the organic fertilizer into nutrients. All right. So for your reference, if you want to apply the organic fertilizer, okay, then let's say this is the small pot. This is about a half inch. Okay, 15 cm diameter pot. Okay, so we can just apply 1 teaspoon. Okay, 1 teaspoon on top. Okay, and then if let's say you accidentally put another extra 1 teaspoon, okay, will anything happen to a plant? Actually, usually not, because like I said just now, it takes a little while for the microbes to break down into nutrients. Unlike the chemical fertilizer, which is pretty water soluble, and all these dissolved salts actually may harm your plants. So that's why if you use chemical fertilizer, you need to use it precisely. But organic fertilizer, it should be good. Or if you have a bigger plants like this, okay, let's say I have plants like this. This is about almost close to 1 inch size. Okay, then for this plant, I can put 1 tablespoon. Okay, 1 tablespoon. So you can put 1 tablespoon or 2 tablespoons should be good enough once a week or once every 1 to 2 weeks. It should be fine. All right. So this is how we can do with the organic fertilizer. All right. So let me keep the plant very quickly first. Okay. And the next one, I would like to share with you about the fishbone yellowing leaves. Okay. Okay, let's take a look on what we call the fishbone light yellowing leaves. Okay. So you can see from the slide over here. Okay. Let me take here. Okay, so you will see there is yellowing between the veins here. Okay, and you see these look like the fishbone here. Okay, and between the fishbone, okay, fishbone is there is a yellow flesh in between. Okay, so this usually happen after the plants get flower, get mature, or start to get fruits. Okay, so if it happens on the new leaves, it means that it lack of iron. But if happens on the old leaves, it means it lack of magnesium. Okay, so similar to this one, you can see these happen on old leaves, have the yellowing between the veins. So if new leaves, let me repeat, is lack of iron. Okay, if old leaves means lack of magnesium. And usually this is not that serious because it shows you the early symptom. That way, your plants won't get died in within days. Okay, you just it will take weeks or sometimes months. Okay, if it shows you the symptoms, it die only few months later. Okay, but when we see this, we can actually treat it pretty quickly. Okay, so what we can do is we can spray something like this. Okay, let's go to Chem 2. Okay, let me show let me show to friends on this material. Okay, can you see this one? This is something like a salt. Okay, you see this? So actually, this is Epsom salt. Okay, EPSOM, Epsom salt. Okay, so Epsom salt. Okay, we can actually get it pretty easily online. Lazada, Shopee also can. All right, you just need to type Epsom. Okay, so these Epsom salt contain a lot of magnesium. Okay, and then when we mix with water and spray on plants, and then it can help to supply the magnesium to I can say cure or treat the fishbone yellowing leaves problem. Okay. So let's say for plants like this, usually, let's say the rose plant, okay? The rose plant, actually, the problem, the fishbone-like yellowing leaves, this kind of problem easily happen on the rose plant, okay? So what we need to do is that we have the Epsom salt, okay? Then we just need to mix 1 teaspoon to 1 to 1.5 liter of water. So what I have here is 500 ml of water. So I just need to add half teaspoon. Okay. So I just mix half teaspoon over here. Okay, half teaspoon. Okay, is water soluble, fully water soluble. All right, then we shake it. Okay, then we spray on the plants here. All right. Okay, just spray towards the leaf. All right. So this one actually will help to replenish. Not replenish, but will help to supply the magnesium towards the plant through the leaf, because the leaf have the pores. It can absorb certain amount of nutrient from the leaves here. All right. And then the unfinished diluted Epsom. Okay, you can actually use towards other plants and then to make your plants healthier, which is very good. All right. Or if you really had a hard time to find Epsom salts, okay, we can do it in slower way. Okay, similarly, we can have this, okay, compost. Okay, so the compost, like I said just now, the plant-based compost. Okay, I would like to recommend. Okay, for this plant, we can put 1 to 2 tablespoon on top at the sideway here. Okay, the compost not only contains the NPK, but it contains also the natural occurring minerals, including the magnesium, the iron, other minerals, okay, required for the plants, okay? But through the roots, it absorbs in slower way, but few weeks later, you will see the improvement, okay? But absent salt, you will see the quick improvement because it supplied through the leaves and the reaction happened right that way. All right, so this is about the yellowing leaf part. So do you have any questions regarding the yellowing leaves? Okay, please write down in the comment down here. So within this time, let me keep some material keep the samples very quickly. All right, so please feel free to write down in the comment down here. Okay, let me see. Okay, any friends having the problems regarding the leaves? Okay, so Tan Jin Hui, okay, thanks for coming. Good morning. Is there any Mandarin version of this topic? Okay, we will organize the Mandarin version of the workshop from time to time. So please follow Baba Gardening, and we will announce the topics in Mandarin version. Okay, so you can follow from there on. All right. Okay, Rongzhen, yes, good morning. Okay, Angie Dan, good morning. Okay, okay, all right. So if, hey, let me see. Oh, yes, thank you. Coast, okay, Coast, CHS, I don't know how to pronounce, but Coast. Okay, can I call you Coast? Okay, thank you. Thank you very much. Okay, hopefully we can explain in easier way, in live way. But if you really have any questions you want us to clarify better, then let us know. Okay. All right. So right now we come to the second part. Okay. Second part. Okay. Part 2, spots on leaves. Okay. So instead of whole leaves become yellow, we may see some spots on leaves. It could be yellow spots, black spots, brown spots, rust spots, and so on. Okay, so actually I would like to say we don't talk about the spots caused by the insects. Okay, but just now I see Miss Pang, I believe. Okay, let's see again. Pang, yes. Okay, let me answer this question first. Okay. Pang Ho Sun. Okay. Our friends say that, okay, the plants get killed by the spider mites. Okay. This is really a troublesome problem, really. Okay. It causes spots on leaves as well. So what we can do is we can spray neem-like organic pesticides, okay, at the back of the leaves. Let's say the rose, okay. Let me show you the rose again. So actually, the spider mites will happen at the usually exist at the back of the leaves. So when we spray organic pesticides, okay, let's say the neem type pesticides, okay, we need to spray at the back of the leaves here, and also spray on the root surrounding. Why? Because sometimes the spider mite will hide at the base of the plant here, okay, to reduce the interruption from the surrounding. So we need to spray at the back of the leaves here and surrounding here during the day, because the day is the most active time for spider mites, okay? But avoid the hot afternoon, okay? So about like 8 to 12, 8 to 12, and then 3 to 6 o'clock, okay? This time should be fine, and then you spray at the backs of a leaf here. You can find the neem type pesticide to reduce, okay? And if really serious, okay, you need to trim the plant and you spray it, and spray once a week, okay? That could be fine. If you have further problem like this, you would like us to clarify better, then you may PM us in Baba Gardening or Baba Gardening International. Okay, our professional team will answer to you, okay? All right, right now we come back to this. How can we identify the spots that are related to disease? How can we identify it's the disease spot? All right, so we come to the slide over here. Well, when you observe the disease spots, okay, the disease spot usually come with 2 colors. Have you noticed that? Have you noticed that this is actually the disease spot? The disease spot come with different colors. Okay, for example, in this slide, you can see the central spot is white in color, but it also had the outer ring, or what we call the halo. Okay, the color of the halo is brown in color. You see the ring here. Okay, the brown here. All right. The next one, this disease spot actually comes with 3 colors. Okay, it has the white central spot. It has the first string, which is gray brown in color, and also the halo. Okay, the color of the halo is yellow in color. Okay. The next one, this disease spot, okay, it comes with 2 colors. The center spot is brown in color. The color of the halo is yellow in color. Okay, why this happen? Because the bad microbes, usually during the rainy weather, the bad microbes, the bad fungus will infest through the pores on the leaves. So that's why it has the fungus on leaves. Okay, usually if your plants not that healthy, in lack of a self-protection mechanism, then this will happen. All right, so let me show you on Cam 2 on to have a closer look on the disease spots. So this is actually brought by my colleague, okay, to share with you guys on the disease spot, okay. So this leaf is pretty healthy. You can see there is no disease spot over here, okay. But this one, okay, as you can see, it starts to show some signs, early sign of disease spot. Okay, let me take a closer look here. Yeah, you can see. Yes, this is the closest I can go. All right. So you can see this disease spot. Actually, the early spot is only 1 in color, but when the spot growing become bigger, it will come with 2 colors. You see the bigger one, it has the brown central, okay, and also come with the yellow halo, which is yellow in color. Okay, halo yellow in color. So this is the early sign of disease spot. Okay, let me show you another plant. Okay, so this is another plant over here. Okay, so actually this is quite a special one because we can see this one. Okay, you can see this one. The central spot is white in color, but the halo is purple in color. Okay, so this is another kind of disease, another kind of fungus that infests these kind of leaves. Okay, so what we can do if we found these problems, okay, we come back to Chem 1. Okay, all right, if we have these disease problems, okay, the best way is prevention better than cure. So what we can do our best to prevent the disease from happening. All right. So I have something I brought from home. Okay. So as you can see here, what is this? This is the baking soda. Okay. Or sodium bicarbonate. So we use these as the bake powder, one of the baking material, or we use it something to as an eco-friendly cleaning agent at home. Okay, but this one, the sodium bicarbonate, actually is really good for fungus prevention. Okay, this one actually will help to to reduce the fungus from attaching onto the leaves. So if we can do so, we spray on the leaves, and then it can help to reduce the disease spot from a little bit. Okay, so how can we use this? Similarly, I have another 500 ml of water. Usually this one, 1 teaspoon to 1 liter, 1 teaspoon add into 1 to 1.5 liter of water. So for this one, 500 ml, I add half teaspoon to that. Okay, let me show you. So this one I open first. Okay, then I just add half teaspoon. Okay, you can see this is about half teaspoon over here. Okay, so half teaspoon. Okay, all right. So then, okay, I shake it. Okay, dissolve it, and I spray towards the plant. Okay, over here. So this actually can help to do in the preventive purpose. Okay. Okay, and also spray a little bit more on the back of the leaf, because sometimes the pores will actually attack from the back of the leaves here, okay? All right, so this how can we do? And then beside spraying the diluted baking soda, okay, regular trimming is needed as well. So if your plants get too bushy, okay, and then it traps the moisture inside the plant, and it helps, and no, it will actually makes the plants to be subjected to fungus more, much more. So what we need to do is we need to trim the plants. Okay, let's go to Cam 2. Let me show the trimming here. So when we do trimming on the plants here, okay, what we need to do, we need to trim away the old part. Let's say you see this one, you see this one. Okay, so this one we need to trim that away, okay, because actually it will become the good source of the fungus here. Okay, you see this one, the leaf spot is pretty serious, so I trim over here. Okay, I take it out. I just take it out. Okay, and then this one, okay, pretty serious. I take it out. Okay, so each time when you trim the plant, don't trim more than 1/3 of your plant. Okay, you can trim into any shapes you like, but don't trim more than 1/3 because the another 2/3 of the leaves, okay, it needs to help you to carry out photosynthesis to grow the new leaves. Okay, so when the new leaves grow, then you can continue trim the old plant, the old leaves or the diseased leaf. Okay, so this how can we trim? Okay, we trim away this again. Okay, because this is pretty serious. Moment. Yes. All right. All right. The screen is back here. Okay. How? Holy. Okay. So this organic plant acid, okay, we can, let me repeat, we can spray on the leaves and we also spray on the roots here. If I don't have sound, you please let me know, okay? So we spray on the roots here. Similarly, we spray on the leaf and also we spray at the base of the stem or roots here for overall disease prevention, especially during wet season or rainy season. Because sometimes the disease not only happen on the leaf, later I will explain further, it will also happen at the base of the stem or the roots here, and then it causes the rotten stem or rotten roots. The baking soda over here, actually the disadvantage of this is not suitable to spray on the soil or spray on the roots because baking soda contains sodium, which is not really good for roots and also for soil. So if we need to have an overall disease prevention, we can use this to spray on leaf and spray on the roots. Once a week should be good enough. All right. All right. So do you have any question on regarding the problems on the disease spots? Okay, please let me know. Let me see the questions over here. All right. So let me see. Okay. Oh, Nick Norisikin. Okay, what spray are you using now? Oh, believe probably the screen is off just now. So I'm using the organic plant acid to spray on plants, on leaves, and also on the roots, and for overall disease prevention. All right. So okay, Heng Lee Kin. Yes, I see you. I see you from time to time. Thanks. Good morning. Yes, thank you for letting us know back already. Yes, a lot of people say no sound. Yes, okay, we come back already. Thank you very much. Okay. Okay, Kinte, okay to spray on edibles too? Yes, okay. Actually, for disease prevention, if your edible plants also have the disease problem, yes, you can spray on the edible plants too. And no worries, the material we recommend you today is very safe. So if you spray, the next second you want to harvest and eat, it should be fine. All right. I heard that Bujita tree is not suitable to be planted due to invasive fruit. I have 3 variegated Bujitas outside my house payment. I'm thinking of replacing. What tree will you recommend easy to maintain? Okay, so this Bujita tree actually is a very tall tree. Okay, so so like let's say if you really want to have the something like the palm, okay, the palm type of tree, that will be good, and it's also very very beautiful as well. Just look like a feeling, have a Hawaii feeling, like the coconut tree feeling. Okay, the palm tree is a good recommendation for you. All right. So Dillian, can garlic water treat fungus related to problems on leaves and soil? Dillian Lee. So actually, the garlic water, actually it gives you the malfunction on the insect repellent side. Okay, but for the fungus, probably the function is less. Okay, so for the fungus, I would like to recommend the baking soda, which is pretty easily accessible and and works better than the garlic water. All right. Serenely, okay, my fungi pani plant has this disease spot very often. Okay, so when you have serenely, what I would like to recommend besides from the one, let's say the baking soda or organic plant seed I recommend just now, you probably need to check the water drainage on your soil. Probably the disease come back often because the surrounding is too wet that cause a lot of disease problems. So probably you go back to check on the water drainage. If the water drainage has problem, okay, probably you need to change to a better water drainage. And later I will show that how can we change to a better drainage soil. Okay. All right, serenely to water the thyme, sage, rosemary. Someone told to overwater near the leaves and roots, but if I water already at the side, the soil dry out. How to water? All right, so the thing is, so it depends on what kind of soil you are using. Okay, so please welcome to PMS on the soil, the soil condition, and then we will let you know how to water. But the thing is that the key part is the soil needs to have water drainage. So let's say if you really accidentally overwater your plants, okay, but the water drainage is good, then it won't keep the excess water inside your soil. Then it should cause not a little problem. A few problems are regarding the overwatering part. Okay. All right. Okay, Lee Wee I bought a pack of neem cake from Baba last time. Can I mix with water and spray? Yes, actually, the neem cake, later I will show later on. If you really want to mix with water, it's more to the killing the soil-borne, not killing, sorry, reduce the occurrence of soil-borne pest, which is nematode. Okay, the soil, the roots will gonna have like cancer-like structure, the tumor. Okay, so when you want to mix, can mix 50 gram, sorry, not 50 gram, but okay, you can mix a 5 gram to 1 liter of water. Okay, then you spray on roots instead. Okay, because it's work better and on roots, but it's insoluble in water, so you probably need to filter it out, and then to reduce the soil-borne pest, which is the nematode. All right. Okay, let me stop here first. Okay, we go to the next part, and then I will come back to answer other parts of question. I try my best. Okay. All right, let's come to part 3. Okay, part 3 is about the rotten stems or roots. Okay, so quite many friends have this kind of problem. We go to the slide over here. So the rotten roots or stem problem, when you touch the rotten stem, rotten roots. Okay, when you touch the stem, it gives you a slime feeling, sticky feeling. Sometimes it has the bad smell. Okay, all these are the sign of rotten. Okay, so it also happen very frequently on cactus and succulent, adenum, and so on. Okay, we have a lot of friends buying these kind of plants and have these kind of problems. Okay, and let me show you on the cam tool. Okay, like the plants on my hand here. Okay, this actually shows you the sign of the rotten stem and roots here. So you see, actually you can see the leaves is pretty healthy here. You can see here, this one. Okay, it doesn't show the sign of the leaf edema, like I say, the cell burst structure I mentioned just now. But the thing is that the leaf absorb enough water, but the water cannot go anywhere more. So actually the water pressure will build out at the base here and start to get burst. And then sometimes at the base here, the water there are bad microbes, okay, fungus, okay, inside the soil, inside the water here. It will attack the plants through the roots, through the base of the stem here. Okay, these bad microbes will infest this part. Okay, so this is actually the problem on the root stem and roots. Okay, so why this happen? Because this happen usually related to the over moist soil. Okay, over moist soil. So in order to reduce this kind of problem, okay, we come back to Chem 1. Okay, we come back to Chem 1. Okay, we better change with the change with soil with better drainage. Okay, so let me show you over here. Okay, let's say if you found the problems on the water drainage for your plants. Okay, so we may mix 3 parts of peat moss with 1 part of perlite. Okay, so how do we know? Okay, 3 part is let me show you this one. Let's say I have the perlite over here, I have the peat moss over here. So what I need to do is I grab 3 handful of the peat moss, put here, okay, and then 1 handful of perlite put here, and I mix together. Okay, this kind of mixed media is good enough, universal enough for most type of the plants. Okay, so if you really found your plants have water drainage problem, you can do this way. Okay, and there are some market-ready potting mix that is specialized to suit the needs for certain kind of plants in terms of water drainage. For example, let me show you on Chem 2. Okay. All right. So let's say the cactus soil. Okay. Let me show you on the screen here. Okay. So you can see this is actually the cactus soil, market-ready cactus soil in the market-ready cactus soil. So what's the special about the cactus soil is that let me show you the inside one. All right. So this inside the cactus soil, you can see that. Okay, this is actually the peat moss and also the mixture of the perlite here. You can see this one. Okay, you can see the white structure inside here. Okay, actually inside is already mixed with the perlite, and also it mixed with the specialized fertilizer for cactus. And then in order for the base of the cactus become harder to protect again, to reduce the disease rate on the base of the stem here. Let me show you another example. Let's say the adenium. Okay, the adenium soil actually is totally different from the cactus soil. What we know is that if you really want to have your adenium growing better, it's better to water your adenium every day for better growth. Your leaf will become so shiny. Okay, especially you water it during the day. But the thing is that if we water it every day, okay, the problem is the soil may get over moist. Okay, and too wet and the adenium get rot. So inside the pot, for the potting mix of adenium soil, okay, you will see the red part. Okay, the red part is actually the red burnt earth. Okay, and then you also can see the charcoal chunk over here. You see this one? This is actually the charcoal chunk. Okay, charcoal chip. Okay, this charcoal chip and the red burnt earth will actually have to drain the water faster. Okay, while it keep little bit moisture, and also you also have to keep the fertilizer for better growth in adenium. So if you really want to get the adenium soil, okay, reduce the problems on the adenium rot, okay, then you need to find the soil with the charcoal chip and red burnt earth like this. Okay. All right, then we come back to the Chem 1 again. Okay, so let's say I have friends asking me about this. So if let's say we get a new plant from nursery, okay, do I need to change the pot straight away? Actually, not necessary. It depends on you. If you really want to get your plants growing bigger, or you already find, just like I mentioned, that there is a water drainage problem inside on your plants, then probably that's the right time you change. But unless, but if you really just don't want to have a hard time, okay, to change the soil, you just want to maintain it that way, then you may spray organic plant acid, just like I say again, okay, to spray on leaves, especially on the roots here, and then for overall disease prevention. Just like I mentioned, once every 1 to 2 weeks will be good enough. All right. Okay. Let me see any questions regarding the problems on the rotten roots. Okay. Let me keep some material. So please take time to write down the questions on the comment here. Okay. All right. So let me see. Okay. So okay. Chai take. Okay. How to know what kind of soil to use for what kind of plant? So actually, if you really don't know what kind of soil should be used, okay, for your plants, then you can go for the universal type one. So sometimes it has the 10-in-1 potting mix. You can go for that one. It gives you a pretty universal need, okay, universal for to suit most type of plants. But sometimes there are some specialized plants require specialized situation condition. Like for example, adenium, cactus, we can go for that kind of specialized soil. All right. All right, Swat Neo, my aloe vera has brown leaf means have brown spots. So Swat Neo, our old friends. Okay. So this one actually you need to trim the plants. Let's say the mint, okay, have the brown spot. We have friends facing the problem. You need to trim it regularly, and you spray with the baking soda, okay, on the leaves, or but most time you need to spray towards the roots, which you need to use the organic plant acid. Let me show you another one. Let's say this one. You see this one, okay? So we have friends growing these, and then have the problem like this. This one, yeah, same. You see this one. So actually, this problem almost similar like the mint here. It will start to have the rotten structure from the base here. Okay. So for this one, what we need to do is we need to trim it. Okay, trim it no more than 1/3 of the plants. Then after that, we need to spray on the leaves and also spray towards the base of the stem here. Okay, this is what we can do. All right. And the aloe vera, okay, then aloe vera, then probably you need to make it more ventilated. Okay, you need to trim it. Okay, to make it spacious. Okay, then you spray it again. Yeah, this is what I recommend. All right, Chong Mei Zin. Okay, I have ever heard this water soil from time to time with baking soda. We have to reduce acidity of soil. Is it true? Yes and no. The thing is that okay, if you really want to amend the acidity problem, there are a lot of other ways to make it to neutralize the acidic soil. For example, you can use the lime dolomite, okay, to reduce the acidity problem. If you really don't grow anything on soil, okay, then probably spraying sodium bicarbonate will reduce a little bit but won't help that much, okay, because diluted one actually the alkalinity is very very little only, okay. But the bad effect is that you will leave some sodium inside the soil that probably not good for roots and other plant growth, okay. So I would not recommend spraying the sodium bicarbonate inside. Okay, you can use lime, you can use dolomite and other alkaline substance instead. Okay, all right. So Mark, okay, if a small edge of leaf turn brown, is it advisable to trim the brown portion? from the foliage itself? Yes and no. Okay. The thing is that if let's say yes, these plants. Okay, I have friends doing this way as well. So if they, let's say have the brown edge, the person will just cut here, will just cut here, and will just cut here, and then let it grow. Yes, definitely you can do so. But the thing is that after you cut it, actually you create the injury part over here, probably make it more susceptible to the disease, to the fungus here. So after you cut it, you need to do some disinfection on the injury here. So that's why you can spray after you trim. Whenever you trim the plants, you need to do the disinfection. You can use baking soda or you can use the organic plant seed to do further disinfection on the injury part. All right. All right, Natasha Olala. Hopefully I mentioned your name correctly. All right, how about the rust spot? Is it also a fungi? Yes. Actually, the rust spot is a very, 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 how to say, very troublesome problem. Okay, because the rust spot is not only the spot over there, but it also has the fungus spores on the leaves that will fly to other plants anytime. That is spread pretty quickly. So the problem on this is the quickest way to do so is that you need to trim the leaves with rust spot as soon as possible to reduce the source of the fungus spore. Okay, then you try to disinfect it with the baking soda and also the organic plant acid. At the same time, you need to trim it to make it more ventilated so that it won't become so easily to get the moisture trapped inside the bushy plant. Okay, so this is what I would like to recommend. Fin tongue, would the disease problem spread to other plants? Yes. Okay. Actually, this disease actually easily spread to other plants by using wind, by wind or air currents, by water. Okay, because all these fungus, okay, or bad microbes, actually they will create spores. They will fly around in the air, and when they drop on the leaves here, if it's moist enough, the fungus will actually germinate to create the what they call the fungus, something like fungus filaments, and then to penetrate your leaf. Okay, so in order to reduce this, you need to make sure that it's ventilated, and then don't water on the leaf. Better to water directly on the soil to reduce this kind of fungus spreading problem. All right. All right, so let me stop here first and we go to the next part, okay? So we come to part 4, okay, Sophie plants. So let me show you on this, okay? We actually receive a lot of inquiry like this, you see? Let me show you a big plant here. So you see, this is the plant, okay, I have here, okay? You see this part, the leaf is pretty healthy, but this one, you see this one, the plant, this part of leaf become softy. Actually, you see, the whole plant itself becomes so softy, it will break anytime. Okay, so a lot of friends asking us why the plant's leaf still green. You see, it's okay, and then don't have any rotting problem, but the plant's just getting so soft, and eventually you see this is so soft that this part is start to break. And then eventually when these start to break, and then this will get rotten. And then this one, you see, this is the effect, you see. This is the effect, you see. This is the effect, you see. All these because the plant gets so soft and then it breaks down. It breaks the part, the structure part, the leaf part over here, and then it start to become weird. Okay. The reason why the stems seems not strong enough to support the plant, there could be 2 reasons. Why your plants may not get enough sunlight. Okay, in order to search for sunlight, the plant may stretch themselves, and then to reach enough sunlight, that's the reason the plants may become leggy. Okay, or you may apply too much fertilizer with high content in nitrogen, for example, like chicken dung fertilizer, soybean fertilizer, or coffee fertilizer to your plants, okay, which make your plants have over dose of nitrogen, okay, then your plants become too juicy and become too soft, okay. So in order to solve for this one, okay, what we need to do, first thing, we need to put a stick first. Okay, that's why I put a stick here, you can see. And then I tie it to make the upright to reduce the occurrence of breaking leaves here. Okay. Then the next one is we need to trim off the leaves. So let me see. Oh, here. All right. So we need to trim off the leaves here. So all these broken leaves we need to trim off. Okay. Because if we not trim off, then it will become the source of fungus. Okay, I mentioned just now. Okay. All right. So these I need to trim off. All right. Okay, so this one actually I will leave it a little bit longer. Okay, until it start to get dry, then I will just cut it because right now it still have a function to have doing the photosynthesis. Okay, and then I will wait it to grow the new leaf a little bit more. But if when it start to get dry, then I will just cut it. Okay, then after that, the most importantly is we can apply the fertilizer with higher potassium content. Okay, so let's say I have this kind of fertilizer. Okay, 549 as you can see here. So although it's for the leaf part, but we want the stem, okay, the stem harder, okay, then we need to change to the fertilizer with higher potassium. If this problem happen, okay, then we need to apply at least 3 times, okay, for treatment, okay, and we let it expose to the sun to let the stem harder. So actually the fertilizer with higher potassium content will make the stem harder, okay. Then after that, you may take turn, okay. Let's say one time I apply the fertilizer with higher in potassium, one with higher nitrogen. All right. So the one with higher potassium will make the stem become harder and woody. So for this plant, okay, I will place this one. This I will put 1 tablespoon. You can see 1 tablespoon for plant. If 2 tablespoons would be fine as well. Okay. So at least once every 1 to 2 weeks for at least 3 times. If this plant happen, then you let it expose to sunlight to make the plants harder. All right. Okay, so this is what we can do. And then we come to the next part, okay? Next part, which is really happen encountered by many friends online, okay? Is that they have the soil with white pests, okay? So we come to part 5, the soil with white pests. So let us see over the slide over here. So this usually happen, okay, in this part, okay, we see the white objects or round objects with filaments, okay, inside the soil. And this is a closer look, okay, the white object with the round shapes and filaments over here, okay. And when we take a closer look, is something like this. This is the soil mealybugs, okay. It's white in color with something like a powdery on top, okay, fluffy, powdery, okay. So this actually usually will happen for the plants growing more than 4 to 5 months. Okay, not the new plants, but growing more than 4 to 5 months. Okay, so why 4 to 5 months? Because this is the time when many new roots. Let's say, let me take this example. Okay, so this is a time when many new roots are growing inside the pot here, while many old roots, okay, are decaying inside the soil. So this decaying matter will actually attract some pests to live inside the soil, and one of them could be the soil mealybugs, okay, I mentioned just now. All right, so these soil mealybugs actually will suck the roots, okay, but it won't make your plant die immediately. It takes a while to show the symptom on leaves, okay, because when the roots get damaged, the leaf will turn into yellow as well. It will really take a while to show the symptoms here. All right. So the solution for this is really we need to change the pot, okay, and also change the soil. All right. So let me show you this one. Okay. Let's say this one. But if let's say we have this soil mealybug problem, okay, it has a white structure on top. We need to wash off the soil, okay. try to wash off as many as possible. Okay, then we take a new pot. Okay, we need to disinfect it. Okay, by exposing it to the sun or spraying with some disinfectant. Later, I should show you later on. Okay, so let's say we have already washed off the roots over here. Okay, so the next one I would like to recommend is this. Okay, so I have several things over here. Okay, all right, and then this is a time I need to wear gloves right now. Okay, so why I need to wear gloves, because I would like to recommend you use the hydrogen peroxide. So actually hydrogen peroxide you can get pretty easily from pharmacy, or you can get online as well. Okay, so but the thing is that why I wear glove, because when you handle hydrogen peroxide, this hydrogen peroxide is very reactive. If your hand contact with it, okay, you will feel something, a little pain feeling that you are actually holding ice with your bare hand. Okay, however, no worries, it's totally harmless. It will actually end up disintegrate to become water and oxygen only. So no worries on that, but just handle with care. Okay, so let's say after we wash off the soil already, okay, then we need to mix with the water with hydrogen peroxide. Okay, so for this one, this is 500 ml of water. Okay, 500 ml of water. What I would recommend is I just mix with 2.5 ml. Okay, about 2.5 mil. Okay, just wait for a moment. Okay, let me do it pretty quickly. Top 2.5 mil. So if you don't know how to measure 2.5 mil, you may take a syringe and then to pull out 2.5 mil and mix with 500 mil of water, or 5 mil to 1 liter of water should be fine enough. Okay. All right, and then it's smellless. No worries on the odor. It won't produce a bad smell. Okay, very neutral. And then after we wash off the roots over here, and then we spray on the roots here. Okay, why we need to do so? Because the soil mealybugs actually have created the injuries on your roots. So after we wash off, we may create more injuries on the roots here as well. So that's why we spray with hydrogen peroxide. One thing is we can disinfect the injury. The second one is the oxygen disintegrate will actually promote the root growth as well. So this is what I would like to recommend. Okay, then after that, after you do this, okay, you need to change into a bigger pot, one size bigger pot, and also most importantly, we change with the soil with good drainage. Okay, so the soil with good drainage, just now I mentioned 3 parts of peat moss and 1 part of perlite. This is quite universal, so I just put into here. Okay, all right, I just put into here, and then I just change. Okay, put inside here, and then I top up with more soil to make it full. One thing I would like to recommend, one thing I would like to recommend, in order to make your soil to have more insect repellency property, okay, so what I recommend is you may mix with neem cake. Okay, so neem cake, actually, just now I got a friend talk about neem cake. Neem cake is actually the residue of neem oil. I believe everyone know, most of you guys know neem oil, which is a pretty universal insect repellent. So this is actually the residue of the neem oil. Okay, when they cold press the seed of neem seed to get the oil, this is the residue. It still have the repellency property, so I would like to mix it with the soil over here. For this pot, I will just need to mix half teaspoon only. Okay, half teaspoon, about 2.5 grams, half teaspoon, mix inside. Okay, I mix it thoroughly. Okay, then I just transplant it. Okay, and then I just top up with more soil. That's the way we can do it. Okay, all right, so now we come to the Q&A section. Okay, let me keep the materials around, but at this time you may write down your questions on overall things just now. Okay, overall sharing just now. Regarding the yellowing leaves, okay, the yellowing leaves, the rotten stem, the disease spots, okay, the Sophie plants, okay, the soil mealybug problems, and so on. Okay, so let me see. What kind of problems you have over here? Okay, let me try. So, Wu Esther, must you wash the roots before spraying the hydrogen peroxide? Actually, yes. Okay, because if you not wash off the soil, actually I want to wash off the soil only. If you don't wash off the soil, then actually the soil will absorb the diluted hydrogen peroxide, which will reduce the efficacy of the disinfection I mentioned just now. All right. Then the next one is, when you talk with more soil, is what type of soil? Oh, just now I mentioned that the one we mix with the one 3 parts of Pimos, 1 part of perlite. Okay, then we just talk with the kind of soil again. Or let's say if you change the soil, the change is the cactus and succulent, then I put 1 layer of the cactus and succulent soil, and I put little bit neem cake, just now I mentioned, then I top up with the cactus and succulent soil again, the same soil. All right. So Kim Tae, okay, can we recycle the soil? Actually, if your soil has the soil mealybug problem, probably don't, because the soil may contain not the larvae, means that the kids of the soil mealybugs, and also the eggs of the soil mealybugs as well. So if you recycle it, probably the soil mealybugs will come back again. But let's say if you just only change pot, all these soil mealybugs problem, you don't have this kind of problem, then you may recycle the soil by exposing to the by exposing to the sun to do the disinfection, and then you can use back the soil. All right. Okay, so Felix Tan, okay, where the hydrogen peroxide hurts other roots. Okay, so actually not. So if you follow the way I mixed just now, okay, 2.5 ml, okay, to 1 liter of water, 2.5 ml to 500 ml of water, that's the most concentrated you can mix. Don't mix more than this rate, then it should be fine. You can actually reduce by half by 2.5 ml of water to 1 liter of water, it should be fine as well. Okay, then you use the syringe to suck up 2.5 and mix with 500 ml to 1 liter of water. Okay, it's fine. All right. Oh, yes, there is a question. Okay, roots got insect and decay, and how? So this problem is that, okay, a lot of friends asking that, okay, why my roots got insect and it start to eat the roots and it become decay? How can we avoid this insect? Usually this happen is that the roots get decay first, then it start to attract the insect from eating this decaying matter. So for this one, actually, when this happen, probably the plants get serious already. Then you need to replant. You replant with the new soil, okay, and then you try to trim the roots, okay, and then you see the plants can alive or not. If really cannot alive, then you need to throw it away already. Because by the time if you found the insect eating your decaying roots, it means that it's really too late already. Okay. Ani Muhammad, okay, newly purchased plants, do we need to change the pots immediately? Okay, like I said just now, it depends on you. If you found the drainage problem, if you need the plants growing bigger, then you of course you can change the pot. But if you just want to maintain it to be that size, okay, then because due to the space constraint, then you just want to let it growing beautifully within the same pot, then no need. Okay, but you need to do the maintenance regularly through trimming or spraying something on the plant. All right. Okay, let me see any other problems here. Okay. All right, Kelly. Okay, Kelly Wui. Okay, I missed earlier, and so I need to rewatch. Please save and allow us to rewatch. Thanks. Okay, so later after this, okay, we will keep some time and for you guys to rewatch again, or you can go to our Facebook. Okay, no, Facebook. We can go to our YouTube. Okay, and then we have some tips and tips over there. You can just go to watch over there. You go to YouTube, type Baba Gardening, and you can watch over there. All right. All right, why my Frangie plant has a lot of leaves but never blossom? Okay, certainly. The thing is that, yes, If that's a good sign that your plant is healthy, but probably get over healthy, or sometimes we call it obese. Okay, obese. So what we can do is we can put the fertilizer with higher phosphorus instead NPK, higher P instead, okay, to help to induce the flower buds, okay. This is what we can do. We can apply the fertilizer with higher in P, okay, to induce flowers. Sometimes higher in K also can, okay. So the natural doing is we can find some rock phosphate or some bone meal powder and then to put on soil to help to stimulate the flower buds. All right. Okay, so let me see other. What causes a local orchid plant's leaf to turn yellow and weird? Okay, there are a lot of causes. For example, it could be because of the spider mites. It could be because of the disease. Okay, it could be because of certain kind of situation. So please take a picture and PM us. We will answer there from there on, and then to give you a better suggestion. Okay. Po Ying, how to overcome the hard soil problem? Okay, the thing is that why the soil become harder is that sometimes we may apply the chemical fertilizer. Um, sometimes is that we didn't do anything on the soil. So what we can do is we can find the soil which has mixing with something like what they call the clay breaker. This kind of soil will actually reduce the problem for being compact together due to compaction. Okay, due to compaction. So you can find the soil with containing the clay breaker, or what we can do is you can apply with compost or organic fertilizer, because inside there is almost 50% of more fiber. They will remain in soil after all the nutrients being broken down to help to soften your soil. So this is what I would like to recommend. Okay. And then, okay. All right. So Matthew Yawati, what causes hibiscus flower buds to wilt and drop without blooming? Okay. So actually, probably the reason is that your hibiscus plant become aged. Okay, become old already. That it won't start. The leaves start to drop, and then the flower don't bud. Okay, so I would like to recommend you can start to change soil to a bigger pot. It will help to stimulate the new roots. So when the new roots grow, new leaves will grow, and also the new flower buds will grow. Of course, you need to do it together with fertilizing. Okay, correct fertilizing, and then to make the hibiscus plant growing better. Okay, but I would like to say probably your hibiscus plant getting aged. Okay, within the same pot. Okay. Do I need to spray hydrogen peroxide anytime do root trimming? Actually, that could be better. Okay, because actually it will help to disinfect the roots. Okay, disinfect the roots itself, but it depends on the size of the injuries. Let's say for the adenum plant, okay, because adenum they have a self recovery system. So if you cut the very little roots, it will be fine. But for other plants, you can do so and to help to disinfect the roots. Okay. All right. So okay, right now let me see the time. Okay, it almost over the time. I'm sorry that I could not answer all the questions. Okay, but please PM us. Okay, on your problems. Okay, if you have more questions on gardening, please welcome to PM us on Baba Gardening International Facebook. I'm so sorry we could not answer all the questions, but please PM us. We will have a professional care team to diagnose and propose the correct suggestion to you. Okay, PM us at Baba Gardening Facebook. What you need to do is we need to take the close photo like this. Let's say I have the leaf force. Okay, then we just take the close photo on the leaf side, and also a far photo from here to see the overall situation condition of the plant. We can see what pests and overall condition, and we can give you a precise suggestion of what kind of material you can use and how you can spray or apply it more thoroughly, a comprehensive way for overall disease protection. Okay. And then also welcome to write down in the comments down here on What else you wish us to share with you? Okay, what kind of other topics you are interested? Okay, we will try our best to compile our experience or find seafoods. Okay, to share with us on the topics you are interested. Let's say on the Mandarin topic, we last time we get a seafood to share about how to maintain and grow and trim the adenum plants, which is really interactive. Okay, so welcome to write down the comments in the comments down here. All right, so thank you very much. Thanks for taking your time and then to be with us. I know this is early morning, but hopefully you can enjoy your meaningful and happy weekend. Thank you very much and see you. Bye bye. Thank you very much. See you. Bye bye.